Hi, I'm Bev, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. You're looking at a doll shelf and you're like, no, you're not doing another organizing doll video. The answer is no, not today. Today I'm doing a different kind of video and we're staying in front of Rainbow High because we can. I watched a video recently of a YouTuber doing like A through Z, but Barbie brands or Barbie lines. So like each letter was like a different Barbie. So like A was for astronaut Barbie. I'll link them below because I like watching their videos, but I wanted to do my own video of that and do different doll lines or like brands. So that's what we're gonna do today, and I'm just gonna show you them on my shelf instead of having to have 26 dolls laid out on the floor and then show you. That way I can show you all the ones that I have instead of just a single character. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you A through Z doll lines, starting with A, and I have 25 of them. I know there's 26 letters, but I think I got 25. Some of the letters were kind of difficult, so you can tell me if I cheated. But let's begin with A. Before I head over to A, I should say that I'm going to show you them through the doll line, through this, okay? Like showing you, and I'll try to get better stuff because some of them are going to be shoved far and back, so I'll pull them forward. But hopefully you can see them better. And let me know if you think I should have picked a different doll. But one of the hard things about doing this, in order for me to actually show you the dolls, I have to have them. It can't just be like a random doll. So that was kind of difficult for some of the letters. Actually, I think I have 26 because I think I did think of a doll line, but I don't have the doll. So or 24, sorry. So I have to actually show you, and then we'll see how many dolls I was actually able to show you or how many lines. So now we can start with A. There's actually quite a few doll lines to start with A, but we're gonna start with somebody in here. If you have not seen them already, I'll pull them to the front. I was originally going to do American Girl dolls, but I have two, and they're kind of hard to get to, so I thought these would be easier to get to, but I'm very excited to start with A. Like I said, I've been working on my displays, so I didn't want to have to pull out dolls and then have like them lay on my floor forever after the video. But for A, I'm doing Art Squad. I have 2 of the 4 Art Squad dolls. This is Vanna, and then back there is Lady T. They're art inspired, so they all have like their own little thing. I believe hers is supposed to be painting, and then hers is supposed to be like stamps. She came with like a stamping tool. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure hers is painting, but you can customize her outfit and add colors to it. And then I colored her little headband piece, and I think these are really fun. I really like their style. I know that people kind of had mixed feelings when these dolls came out, but I really liked them, and I do really like a doll that comes with a gimmick or like something that like once you unbox you can continue to like, I don't know. I like arts and crafts dolls. I think she was really fun, and I am kind of sad that they didn't do another series, but I still need to get the other 2. So yeah, but here's Vanna and Lady T. I think there's like Andy and Nini maybe, but I could be wrong. It's something like that. But Art Squad for A. Let's go on to B. Technically we could stay here. I have some B's in here, but I'm gonna go to assumably the most iconic doll. But yeah, let's push her back and reorganize my display. After I'm done, I will let you know if I actually put them back how they're supposed to go. Did you guess who I was going to choose? This is Barbie for B. I debated doing Bratz. I'm not going to do honorable mentions, but I did debate doing Bratz. But I chose Barbie because I feel like she's more iconic. Okay, don't hate me. Anyways, we have Barbie here over many different looks. Got holiday Barbies, lots of Barbies, but nonetheless, this is what I chose for B. And again, I like Barbie because there's a lot of variety, and I think she just looks gorgeous on my shelf here. And I'm glad that my shelf is organized enough so that you can see B for Barbie. Now it's time for C. I feel like this was kind of hard. So for C, I have Cutie Pop, which is right here. This doll is not close to being complete, or I don't think she's in her right outfit. She's missing her little hair pieces, but I got her thrifting, and originally I was like, maybe I'll get rid of her, but I have yet to do it. I really like her. I want them to be more complete. Like I want their little hair pieces. She has like a little hole back here for the hair, and they're like customizable outfit pieces, and she's really cute. And so I was originally going to get rid of her when I first got her because I got her in a lot with a bunch of other things, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about her, and like I said, I just haven't, and I have kind of really liked her. I've yet to find another one of these dolls, so like thrifting or anything. So eventually I'll have to just start looking, but I really like their look and their design, and some of their outfits are really cute. Like I said, she's not complete at all. She is missing her hairpiece, and I think when she has that, I think I'll fall in love with her a little bit more. She's adorable though. So for C, I chose Cutie Pop. Like I said, I had a really hard time. I literally can't think of any other C doll lines, and I'm sure there are some, but I just don't think I have them in my collection. Let me know if I'm missing like a really iconic one. But yeah, let's move on to D. Quite a few doll lines to pick from. Here we are in a shelf full of so many dolls, but if you can't see, we have my Decora girls for D. That is all of these dolls, these ones here, and then yes, one that still isn't placed in her spot, but nonetheless, we have Decora girls for D. These ones also had a really cute gimmick. You could like sticker them and customize them. I don't know if that's considered a gimmick, but you could customize them and make them unique and different. And they were mystery boxes, but I have the complete collection. I think I have 1 or 2 more dolls that still need to be unboxed. Plus they came out with bigger size dolls and then a newer, smaller series as well. So, but I have the first wave of these girlies complete. I'm so excited to have them. They're much smaller than like typical dolls. I don't know what size, how like big they are, but they're quite cute, and I'm so excited to have them in my collection. So this is D, Decora girls. Let's move on to E. For E, I have Ever After High. Now my Ever After High shelf is not organized in the slightest. It's in the process of being moved somewhere else. So here we have Duchess Swan, and yeah, you could think, why didn't you just choose a different doll? There are other E dolls, but I wanted it to be Ever After High. They're my favorite doll line. So obviously they had to be on this list, but we just have one for demonstration purposes. I do have others, but we're using one. So Ever After High, love this doll line. They're the sons and daughters of fairy tale characters. Let's move on to F. Can you guess who F is? Moving back to a shelf that I was already at. For F, we have Fresh Beats. I could have chosen Fresh Dolls, which is literally right above them, but I wanted to do her because I think she's so pretty. There are 3 dolls in this line. You can see the other one behind her. She is missing her leg. She's not missing, it's on the ground. It broke, and then I glued it back, and then it came off again. So I did get a replacement doll for her in case you're curious, but we are talking about Fresh Beat, this doll line. There's 3 dolls in the series. I don't think they got another one, but these like come from and spark off of Fresh dolls, which are up here. These, this. Anyone else here Fresh dolls? No. Anyways, but Fresh Beats was for my F choice, so let's move on. I tried not to choose a crazy amount of dolls in box to be like on this list, but I really like the Get Real girls, so for G I chose Get Real girls, and I am not mad about it. I do have some out of box, but they're just not fixed up yet, so I chose to do her. I do have to unbox her. I do plan to, in case you're curious, but this is Get Real Girls. Their like kind of idea is that they're supposed to be like adventure-y. Get Real Girls, adventure online. And then like, we have trying to move it. There's a bunch of stuff on the back. It's showing you some of the other characters that you can get and kind of like their stuff. But they're supposed to be like adventure-y girls, I think, right? Action-y, I don't know. Very fun though. So I chose this for G. Let's move on to H, I think is next. Okay, can you see the dolls back there? We have for H, Hair Adorables, Hair Amazing. I could have chosen Hair Adorables, which were right next to Decora Girls in case you didn't see them, but I do really like my like fashion doll type dolls, a little bit bigger, kind of Barbie size. So I chose Hair Adorable, Hair Amazing. They're adorable. I love these two. I got them quite a while back, and I definitely think out of all of them, they're my favorites. They are shoved to the back because they have stands, but nonetheless, I love these dolls, and I would like to grow my Hair Adorable, Hair Amazing collection a little bit. Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe get the rest of them. Anyways, here they are for H. I'm unsure if you're going to consider this cheating because I really could not think of an I, and technically I think that their name is Disney Illy Forever, but we're going to choose to ignore the Disney and just say that these are called Illy Forever, because whenever I talk about them, I think I do just say Illy Forever, but here's for I, Illy Forever dolls. These are inspired by Disney characters. If you can't tell, some of them are supposed to be Disney bounding, some of them are just dressed up like their favorite Disney characters, and they're starting over here. Everybody else is not them, but I think they look adorable, and they're taking my place for I couldn't think of anybody else, at least that I own. I'm sure there is another I doll out there, but I don't own them, or at least I couldn't think of anybody. So this is for I. Let's move on to J, maybe? Thinking that it was a G, but it's a J. So that's where Gem is. And for a while, this was my only Gem doll, but I have gotten a few others. I also got the newer one that they did. She's just not out of her box yet, so Gem is alone on this shelf by herself, being the only Gem doll, but here she is, and I'm really grateful to have her. I actually thrifted her for like $2, and I was really grateful for that. She's gorgeous. I love how she looks. Like I said, I do have some others that are in line to be fixed up. Not in, well, some of them have outfits, other ones do not, but here she is. I'm so excited to have her, and I cannot wait to get others on the shelf. But let's move on to K. If you didn't think that the Illy Forever was cheating, you might think that this one is. He's gonna stand in front of my Get Real Girl box, but this is Ken. And I really couldn't think of any other doll lines that started with a K that I owned. So yeah, we have Ken. And I don't know if he counts, but this one is a part of like the Ken appreciation, like the whatever anniversary Ken had, so maybe that one counts a little bit more than just a random Ken, but we're gonna go with Ken and hope that he counts for K. Moving on to L. Okay, so for L, I chose Liv. Liv is like all of these dolls here. They're made by Spin Master. This is like my only complete one, if I'm not mistaken. They have the wigs, if you can see the wigs, and they look pretty decent. I actually don't mind them. Anyways, I really like these dolls, and so I chose L to be Liv. Moving on to M. Can you guess who that's gonna be? For M, I chose Monster High. I could have walked all the way upstairs to show you the rest of my Monster High dolls, but I felt like not doing that. I do think that I do have to, because I have T up, but M is Monster High, specifically this Toralei doll, and she looks gorgeous, so acknowledge her. I just unboxed her recently. Anyways, Monster High for M. I feel like that was obvious. There's a few other choices that I could have done, but I felt like this was just the obvious choice. Let's go on to N for Na-Na-Nas, specifically the teens. The Na-Na-Nas have all fallen over. Like I said, I'm organizing my doll shelves. This one is not organized, if you can tell. But we can see the Na-Na-Na teens back there living their life. These are made by MGA, and they were surprise elements. The teens were not, but the Na-Na-Nas were. And they're gorgeous. They have cute little hats on. This one does not. I think her hat fell off, but that's not the point. Anyways, I think they have cloth bodies, or like somewhat cloth bodies. Really cute. The teens have articulation, but the other ones are like lacking. Like they can like move their knees, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, moving on to O for, actually we don't even have to really move. Moving over to O for OMGs. I feel like it was obvious. There's certain doll lines that I just really like, and OMG dolls is one of my favorite doll lines. I feel like they haven't been doing crazy good lately, but here are the ones that I have, and they can also count OMG tweens, there we go, in as well. But the OMG dolls, again, also made by MGA. Gorgeous. I have like no other words. Look how beautiful they are. Can you see why I chose them to be O? Moving all the way back to the shelf that we were in before, okay? We have P as in Project MC Squared. You can see some of the dolls. I really only have a few. I actually think I'm missing one that was sitting here, but Project MC Squared dolls, I'd like to get more. I do have some that are being like fixed up, but for the most part, I just don't find them a lot, which is kind of sad, but also like, at least people loved them. Anyways, here they are. These are my P. Let's move on to, I think Q's next. Q was definitely hard. I didn't know what to do, and I was like literally sitting here looking up dolls that start with Q, and I didn't have any of them. An example would be like Queens of Africa. I feel like there was another, like a Disney something. There was something for Disney that started with a Q, but I really debated. And then I remember that I had this doll. So I'm not sure if this is the company's name. I don't even know how to say it, but I think it's Quban. I don't know if that's the company's name. I don't know. But I found this doll on Amazon and I really liked these dolls. And then I saw her on Temu, so I picked her up and here she is. So I'm going to put her as cute. You can debate. But like I said, I don't have Queens of Africa and I don't have the other doll line. So I was like, this is really the only one if I wanted to show a doll. And so I'm going to count it. Also, while we were standing here, the other doll line that I was thinking could count for K would be K-pop. I think there was just a doll line that they did. Maybe Moose. Did Moose make? Somebody made it. But I don't have them, so I chose Ken. But Q is going to be this doll. I don't know if she counts. She's adorable, though. I'm absolutely obsessed. I want the other dolls that are in there for this line. Oh, she's so pretty. I cannot get over it. But yeah, moving on. R is for Rainbow High. I'm pretty sure that you probably guessed it. There's some pretty obvious ones on what I'm going to choose. Obviously, sometimes I might go in a different direction because I want to show you a different doll line. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure you assumed that for R, it was going to be Rainbow High. It's pretty obvious. Here they are, sitting on their cute little shelf, all enjoying their life. I'm missing some. Some are somewhere living their life, I think. For a while, I was like, who is this open space? But this is Farah. Oh, that's not her name. What is her name? She's a Pacific Coast dolly. Something like that. Anyways, Rainbow High. Let's go on to S. Sorry if you can hear the water in the background. That is my plant. It's like the watering plant. I think that means that you're supposed to fill it up. Anyways, for S, I chose Style Bae. In case you didn't guess, she's like a paper doll. Can you see? But her head is like a regular doll. Anyways, Style Bae. She still needs a spot on my shelf, so I did eventually have to come all the way up here. Gorgeous doll. So excited to have her. Need to get the rest in the line, but there's 4 in the line. So excited. Let's go to T, which is Tattoo Divas is for T. That's why we're at a weird angle. She's the only one that I have, so she's on this like shelf block thing that I have because I feel like she doesn't really fit with many of my other dolls, so she's up in the air and I didn't want to pull her down. So you're gonna look at her from a weird angle. If you want to see her up close, let me know. I also did a video where I unboxed her, so you can definitely check that out. But Tattoo Divas, she's the only one that I have. She's gorgeous though. Look how pretty. I love her, and I love that she's up here showing off her beautiful look. For you, I have Unicorn Academy. She's gorgeous. I do have 2 other dolls, but here is this doll. The other 2 are not unboxed yet. Otherwise, they'd also be here. They also don't have a spot on my shelf yet or like a permanent spot, so they're just living their life here. Anyways, very excited to have her. And she's you. Let's move on to V, which I do not have a doll for. So examples of possible V dolls that I could come up with was VIP girls. I just don't have them. They weren't crazy readily available in the US. There were 2, but I still haven't gotten them. I really wanted the other ones, and after those ones not being released in the US, it made me sad, so I kind of held off on getting the other 2. Those would be the ones that I probably would show. I feel like V and Va is the other line, which would be a good V doll. Other than that, I couldn't think of anybody else. Moving on from V to W. For W, I have Winx Club. Winx Club is also in line to be placed on a shelf, which is why we just have Bloom standing here. They're somewhere else, but they're just kind of like in a pile. Anyways, her hair needs to be brushed a little bit. She was like kind of box hair when I got her, so not too much judgment, but also she's been laying down. Anyways, love this doll. So grateful to be able to get her for what I got her for. I got her on AliExpress. I love her. She's so excited. I'm so excited about her. I think she's Lovix, if I'm not mistaken. But Bloom for Winx Club. There were a few other options that I could have done that I had, but obviously I felt like Winx Club made sense for W. Let's move on. I think the next one is X. I couldn't think of anything. I don't have any dolls remotely starting with X. The only thing is that when I watched the Dolls to Remember's video where they did Barbies A through Z, they did Barbie Extra. I thought that one was kind of fun and clever, but I don't have an X. So moving on to Y. Y is going to be Yummyland. I feel like it was obvious, at least for me. I love this line. If you are trying to figure out which ones they are, they're the ones with the little lip gloss tubes next to them. They're gorgeous. Kind of falling over a little bit. Sometimes the shelf gets knocked into, but those two are standing up beautifully for why we have Yummyland. They're so fun, and I love their little gimmick, and I felt like they just needed a place on my list, and I'm not gonna complain. Last doll, we have Z. Can you guess who I'm gonna do? There were two possible options in which I could have done. I could have chosen this doll, or I could have chosen Zini. This one was just closer to me. This is Zodiac Girls, and I'm so excited to have her. I only have one of these dolls while I have the complete collection of these Zini dolls, but I still felt like she deserved to be shown off. I do plan to eventually unbox her, so let me know if you want to see that. But this is Zodiac Girls, and she's going to take my place for Z. Anyways, that is all A through Z of doll lines. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you thought that I should have put somebody somewhere else or a different doll in place or what. Let me know if you figured out any good doll lines for the two that I was missing. And then also like K. I couldn't think of anybody else. I know K-pop, but I don't think that's even out yet. Anyways, I'm so excited for doing this. Let me know if you want to see. I did debate doing like every single doll that starts with A, every single doll in my collection that starts with B. I think that would be really fun. And then I could also like, I had really hard time trying to choose like each letter. Some of them were easy, like I could not think of certain letters, but I have multiple dolls that I was gonna choose for W or for G or whatnot. So let me know if you want to see that video. But anyways, I'm MacPad. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Yeah, bye!